Howdy, folks. I'm Southern Wolf of Southern Wolf Studios. Now, I wanted to address that I'm going to be dropping Higurashi when they cry. Now, I want to say that there's nothing wrong with the story itself. It's not that I was disliking it or anything like that. It's just the fact that it just takes way too much time to edit, and the style of the forwarding feature of it is just too weird. If you could see by the title of this, is Magical Eyes, Red is for Anguish. It's a murder mystery style visual novel. Besides that, I really don't know much about it. I hope it just fits into the October horror theme that I wanted to do this month. So with that, let's get into it.
これはそう遠くない昔の話。森に囲まれたとある村に花のように可愛らしい一人の少女がおりました。月のない夜のような黒い髪と透き通るような白い肌をした女の子です。少女はその可愛らしさ以外にもたくさんの宝物を持っていました。例えば笑顔。少女が笑えば不愛想な鍛冶屋もつられて笑い出します。例えば歌声。少女が歌えば村人だけでなく森の動物までもが踊り出します。そうして少女は心優しい家族や賑やかな村人たちに愛されながら毎日楽しく暮らしていました。それはよく晴れたある日のことです。森が色づく時期にだけなるおいしい木の実を取るために少女は友達と森に出かけることにしました。悪い魔物に操られた少女はありとあらゆるものを壊し続けます。おもちゃも家もそれ以上に大事なものもたくさんの足でたくさん壊します。少女はとても悲しみました。姿形が変わり果て手や足を魔物に操られているのだとしても、そしていつしか少女はこれ以上大切なものが壊れていく様は見たくないと自らの終わりを望むようになりました。ですがどれだけ少女が終わりを望んでも魔物はそれを許しませんでした。魔物にとって少女は何百年と待ち続けた乗り物だったからです。止まない雨がないように地獄のような日々にもやがて終わりが訪れます。それは月がやけに黄色い夜のことでした。少女の村に魔物の噂を聞きつけた2人の騎士が現れたのです。1人目の騎士はのっぽでとても強そうです。もう1人の騎士は若く小柄でのっぽの騎士ほど強そうには見えません。嘆き悲しむ村人にのっぽの騎士が言いました。我々は魔物を退治するために遠い国からやってきました。必ずや魔物を倒し少女を助けてみせましょう。村人たちは騎士の言葉を信じませんでした。騎士たちに魔物を倒せるはずはなく、また新しい犠牲が出るとしか思えなかったのです。こうして村と少女の身に再び平和が訪れました。村に残った傷跡は少なくないけれど、村人たちは誰一人として少女を責めることはありません。少女は操られただけであり、一番多くのものを失ったのは幼い彼女であることを村人は知っていたからです。悲しみの終わりを祝うために村人たちは祭りを行うことにしました。もちろんその輪の中に少女を迎え入れて。少女がそれに気づいたのは祭りの喧騒の中でのことでした。テーブルに並んだケーキが甘いことはわかるのに、それを美味しいとは思えません。 森の広がる闇が暗いことがわかるのに、それを怖いと思えません。そしてそう思えない自分を辛いとも悲しいとも思うことさえできなくなっていたのです。たくさんの大切なものを壊したせいで少女の心も壊れてしまったのか、あるいは魔物が死の間際に呪いを残していったのか、どうしてかはわからないけれど、少女の中からは気持ちがすべて消えてしまっていたのです。震える声で少女は語りかけます。私のことを覚えていますか？助けた相手が元気でいることを喜んでくれるのか、それとも約束を守れていない自分を軽蔑するのか、答えはわからないけれど、少女は若い騎士に声をかけずにはいられませんでした。私はかつてあなたに助けていただいた少女です。あの時はどうもありがとう。少女は言葉を続けます。一度言葉を止めてしまえばそれ以上何も話せなくなるような気がしたからです。そしてごめんなさい、私はあの時の約束を守れていないのです。懸命に話す少女の顔を見て、若い騎士は不思議そうな表情を浮かべました。そして騎士は少女が予想したどんな答えとも違う言葉を口にしたのです。あの若者は呪いにかかっているのだ。ようやく老人は重い口を開きました。それはどんな呪いなのですか？問いかける少女に老人はしわがれた声で答えます。それがどんな呪いなのか、どうすれば解けるのかは誰にもわからない。ただ一つわかっているのは、その呪いが遠くない未来に若者を殺してしまうということだ。少女は不思議に思い尋ねます。どんな呪いかわからないのに、どうしてそれが呪いだとわかるのですか？簡単な話だよ。あの若者は決して手放せない荷物を持っているのだ。どれだけ重くても、いつか重さで体が潰れるのだとしても、荷物の中身は関係ないんだよ。老人の話は難しくて、少女には全てを理解することはできませんでした。でも少女は老人が嘘をついているとは考えませんでした。もしも呪いの話が本当なら、あの騎士がいつも悲しそうな顔をしている理由が分かった気がしたからです。気持ちを一度なくしたことも、今自分がこの場所にいることも、全ては必然だったのかもしれないと少女は思いました。そして夕暮れに染まる若い騎士の背中を思い出しながら、少女は心に決めました。彼の呪いは自分が解くのだと。今の自分の全ては彼が守り与えてくれたものなのだから、ただそれを返すだけのことなのだから。少女は心に決めたのです。どんな手を使ってもあの騎士を助けてみせると。彼自身が望まないのだとしても、この身が犠牲になるのだとしても、たとえ世界のすべてを敵に回したとしても。
Okay, and there's an achievement for that.
マジカルアイズ、レッドイズフォーアングイッシュ。
But either way, I guess that was the intro. Holy crap. I guess let's continue our way. I'm happy to be alive. Feels a little cheap and out of place to put into words, but I can't think of any better way to say it. No, maybe it's more accurate to say I'm happy that she's alive. My heart is pounding rapidly, as if I'm trying to keep up with the scenery racing by outside the window. That's hardly a surprise, because the day has finally come. The promise we first made to meet outside of the hospital. It's just to go for some pointless shopping. But what's behind that promise should be invaluable for both of us. We first met each other exactly 4 years ago. At that time, she had already been hospitalized for a little over 4 years. Oh shit. Considering that she had been able to leave even once during that time, except for the occasional short trip back home. This would be the first time in 8 years that she'd done something for herself. Damn. I just wanted to walk in a place that has no roof over my head until I've had my fill, she would always say. That's why just thinking about her current feelings made me feel light as a feather. And on top of that, the reason she's going out today is for a date with me. I'm so happy I could die right now. A routine sound began to slow down as I hear a familiar, or quite honestly, an announcement I'm quite tired of. Echoing through the still interior of the car with a sound that sounds like a big sigh, the doors open in a momentary farewell. I've been coming to this station almost every day for the past 4 years, but today it feels strangely different because of the new purpose for my visit. I left my house both nervous and happy. It almost made me want to take my time and walk slow. But right now, even if I tried holding back, my feet are rushing me there, all by themselves. It almost makes me laugh. Wast exit. I hope somebody saw that it said Wast exit. As I reach the middle of the platform of the stairs, my nose picks up the peculiar salty scent of the sea. Regardless of the season, when it smells like this in town, it's proof that rain is coming. The sky must be in a foul mood to stay at such an unchanging gray from the early morning hours. I have to hurry a bit. Thinking those things, I head to the bicycle parking for what I hope is the last time. Under the dull, cloudy sky, I turn my focus to the usual spot at about the center of the second row. Not a few seconds pass before I know something is out of place. This isn't the first time I had my bike stolen, but I can't help but complain. Nah, fuck. Why today of all days? I'm not sure how much it helps, but by chance I left home 30 minutes earlier than I planned, feeling grateful for that fact. I start pondering which road I'm going to run down to the meetup spot. Oh, the red beginning. Okay. It was confirmed yesterday that the woman named Murase Tomomi had turned into a variant. A Type B. She was moving around the downtown Y-City area when she was caught by one of those in charge of that region. Given the urgency of the situation, 2 more support personnel joined up and commenced hostilities. She shook free easily, confirming her superior strength as a Type B. An investigation by the intelligence supervisors began the same day in order to determine an appropriate way to handle her. The place she had been living in by herself during her lifetime was not one of the new apartment houses towering close to where she was discovered, but rather a 25-year-old cheap one-room apartment tucked away in the nooks between those high-rises. Due to the shade cast by those looming towers, her room remained dark and gloomy all day from morning to night. In the corner of that room, unbecoming of a young woman living alone, what was once a girl lay on the floor as though rolled up into a ball. Her death was established to have occurred 3 days before the body was discovered. While she was alive, she worked at the office of a foreign capital group downtown, where everyone around her praised both her work ethic and her character. She didn't have any trouble with her neighbors. If anything, they were rather fond of her. So why had no one noticed the death of a girl like her in 3 whole days? For one thing, misfortune visited her over the weekend. And since Monday was a national holiday, she would have had 3 days off. If it was a weekday, someone from her company would have been worried about her sudden absence, and maybe she could have been discovered before her death. However, even with that possibility in mind, a more serious cause lay in her particular relationships. For a girl like her, for who being sociable and open came easy, there should have been a great deal of information accessible regarding her private life, or so the investigators had assumed, seeming almost betrayed when there were none who knew much about her private life. Someone as intelligent as her was probably living a social life outside of the workplace as well. According to the elderly married couple living next door, it's rare for a girl to be as cheerful as she was. There's no doubt she must have helped set the mood at her company. According to the florist whose store the girl frequented, she really knew her flowers, had a good feeling about her. The more information was collected, the more questions arose. No matter who was asked, they had occasionally spoken with her and considered her a good person, but didn't have a close relationship with her. Even if they had not had any communication with her for several days, none of them felt suspicious about it. But it's not that the people around her were rejecting her. Conversely, regardless of age or gender, there were apparently few people who didn't want to be her friend. Invitations to drink with her coworkers after work or shopping outings with her neighbors. She was the one obstinately declining all the countless approaches from others. In other words, it wasn't that there was something wrong with her character which caused her to remain isolated. It must mean that she led that kind of lifestyle deliberately. You could even say that precisely because she was so popular, the fact that she had no friends who ignored her inclination to solitude and pushed themselves into her private life eventually led her to her death. There was one more unnatural aspect of her lifestyle. Her performance at work was promising, and the company uses an annual salary system. Thus, she was doing exceptionally well financially for someone who had just entered the company a few years ago. In fact, she would have been making enough to take up residence in one of those high-rise condos that stole sunlight from her room. Her bank account held an amount few would have imagined, given her modest lifestyle. So why was she living in that cheap apartment? And why has she grown so deeply ingrained in a lifestyle of solitude? Those are the head-scratchers at the accounts of those around her giving no answers to whatsoever. Ironically, however, she herself was one who could provide the answers to all those questions. Diaries with entry dates 2 days before her death were found on a rack under her bed. The writing recorded in these 4 bundles of paper spanning the past 10 years was too odd for something that you'd write in your diary. As the dates approached the present, the trend became clear. There was little and nothing written about her recent activities. Rather, she only wrote on her thoughts of a certain someone living in a distant city. The same tendency is apparent towards the beginning of her records from her high school and college years. Nothing but boring content. Not a thing about a specific friend or teachers. Nevertheless, anything and everything regarding a certain someone was written about as if it was of great importance, even things that would seem trivial. Grandma? It's apparent by the time she started composing this journal in high school, she was already living together with one of her grandmothers. What about her parents? What circumstances led to the cohabitation of these two with such a large age difference? Nothing written in the diary helps to answer those questions. On the contrary, given the length of the journal and that it's not addressed even once, it must have been something she was trying not to touch upon. Or perhaps it was something that had happened before she grew old enough to be aware. In any case, it must not have been that great of importance to her. Over 1,000 pages in all, every page was filled with nothing but mundane entries chronologically the day-to-day life of this girl and old woman. About how delicious the lemon soda they drank together was, and how happy she was having her grandmother decorate the living room with the souvenirs that she'd bought. About the first time they made dinner together, and even though it wasn't very good, her grandmother ate it while telling her how tasty it was. These trifling, ordinary stories that you could find anywhere described with such care as if they were sparkling gems. The deep feelings towards her grandmother that this one high school student held could be felt on every page. Almost surpassed affection. Perhaps it was a deep and profound feeling of gratitude. Not that which one holds for a blood relative, but something different. Almost as if it were gratitude you hold for a benefactor. Presumably, the beginning of a relationship between this old woman and this young girl was nothing mundane. If that was the case, then even though their world was narrow and particular, their earnest love for each other was what brought them together as a family. It wasn't until the later half of the third journal, near the end of her college years, that her life began to change suddenly. She became an adult and began to worry about her path in life. At a time when she was naturally thinking of finding work or continuing studies in her hometown, her grandmother gave some word of advice to her granddaughter. "You ought to try living on your own once." Even to a far-removed third party reading this journal for the first time, the intentions behind her words were clear. She knew she would surely die before her granddaughter, and was worried for the girl who would be left behind. So that the granddaughter whom she loved so much was not yet self-reliant, could continue living after she was gone. It was easy to imagine that this is what she wished for. If anyone else had said it, she likely had rejected it outright. But the fact that it was none other than her grandmother saying such a thing troubled her greatly. Several days later, she would find herself in one resolution to her distress. It was one sad resolution that was far different from what her grandmother had expected. She would leave town in order to one day live with her grandmother again. A life forever filled with joy and happiness. To establish an environment in which they could live together forever by becoming more socially and economically independent. She had made the decision which ran counter to the emotional independence her grandmother wished for. In only 2 seasons, she would find employment in a company in which she could expect an income she hoped for. Her grandmother was so happy you'd think she was the one that got the job. But though the love they felt for each other was unchanging, the two were probably already growing apart. Then spring came. She should have not only had anxiety, but also hopes for a new life in an unfamiliar city. But what she needed most couldn't have existed in that city. So begins the 4th diary. It was already clear that the contents written therein couldn't be called a journal. What she needed neither existed in time spent with her co-workers nor the time she spent alone in private. It could only be found in the feelings behind the short phone conversations after work with that someone in a distant place. Since separating from her grandmother, it was as if she realized all over again that everything other than their little world in which they spent their time together was worthless to her. Her grandmother probably misunderstood. What was worse was that her granddaughter probably didn't even realize it herself. The girl named Murase Tomomi was growing warped, a mind and a wish slightly different from those of the others. To put it into words, what she was holding on to might have been a trivial wish that could be found anywhere. Even though many others still hold similar thoughts and aspirations, they are neither able to nor even try to make those come true. For her, one of the most sorrowful things must have been that she was not one of the others. She held the ability and will strong enough to make pipe dreams a reality. It is a contradictory story. For the sake of gaining a peaceful life with her grandmother, no matter what she would have sacrificed or suffered through, Even though she knew it meant losing her own response in the end, she would probably have kept going forward. At least she could have done it with the support that strengthened volition of her own twistedness. But it seems that reality was cruel to her beyond measure. For even if she was still alive today, her dreams and wishes would not have paid off. What happened the night of her death? An old woman who a certain girl would have sacrificed her own self to make happy passed away. Ironically, at approximately the same time that it is thought the granddaughter died, the grandmother, in solitude with no one to care for, did as well. There were no casual relationships between the two deaths. It was simply that this family who had shared such a strong emotional bond in distant cities by chance welcomed death at similar circumstances. There was one difference. It would be that death was more or less inevitable for the grandmother. Her death was just a consequence of sickness and old age. She knew that sooner or later her flame of life must be extinguished. It's easily predictable that she didn't tell her granddaughter anything about it, so that she could avoid worrying her. Because she believed that she had told her everything, her granddaughter would have sacrificed anything and everything to come to her side. In conclusion, she had been struggling in vain for her delightful dream that never would come to fruition, without being told the single most important thing that she should have known. Her grandmother, the most essential element to recognizing her desires, had already given up on living with her granddaughter long ago. And then the woman called Murase Tomomi saw the bubble-like aspirations that she had held ever since childhood burst and vanish. The journal entry 3 days before her death. Though brief, she wrote unusually for her own self. Recently, my migraines have become quicker and stronger, making Granny worry. I should go see the doctor next weekend. And that's all that was written. And with that, I'd like to thank you all so very much for watching. I'm liking this. The style of this much easier than Higurashi When They Cry. I'm still really sorry about dropping that, but it's just something that has to be done. But with that said, I'd like to thank you all so very much for watching, and until next time, see ya.